Hello and welcome. This is Beto Paredes, CEO of Epic Lyfe, and you are here for an incredible presentation. You're here to learn about the wealth creation plan or our compensation plan. And I'm super excited that you've taken the time out of your day to spend it here with us. I'm going to be introducing a really good friend of mine, the master distributor of the company, Chuck Hansen, in just a moment to take you through this plan. I really hope that you find this to be as valuable as we do and you can see the potential for making a great amount of money with us. First of all, are you worried about creating job security, interested in being an entrepreneur but not sure how to get started? Looking for a way to build a real business that you can count on now and for the future, wanting to control how you spend your time personally and professionally, or feel that you're worth 6 to 7 figures a year but not sure how to make that happen? Well, that can be a challenge. The reality is everyone listening to this presentation has the same opportunity to be able to create wealth with Epic Lyfe. Our compensation plan is very well thought out. When we wrote the compensation plan, we made sure that it pays very well right out of the gates and continues to develop wealth for you as you continue with the business. So let's talk about one more thing before I turn the time over to Chuck. The problem is that most of us are currently trading time for money. You go to work, you work 40 hours a week, whether you're on salary or working an hourly job, and you're trading time for money. You get paid $15 an hour for every hour you work. That's a difficult paradigm to break out of. It's a trap, and you've got to desire and want to get out of that trap, and with Epic Lyfe you can do it. The solution is to build a pipeline with our products, systems, and tools. We're going to talk about one of the most important pieces to this puzzle today with you, then that's our compensation plan. And we absolutely believe that you can take control of your life and earn the income you deserve here with Epic Lyfe. When you're done, please get with the person who brought you to this presentation. Go to their Epic Lyfe company website, and you'll see up here in the top bar navigation, we've got a Join Epic Lyfe, and right on the first link is Opportunity. If you'll go to this page right here, the opportunity page, you'll see there's a big yellow sign up now, and this is where you can come and enroll as a distributor in Epic Lyfe. We've got 3 different options. Chuck's going to cover a lot of that stuff in his presentation. Very excited to have you here, and with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Chuck Hansen.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Epic Lyfe Wealth Creation Plan. My name is Chuck Hansen, and I'm going to be your host here as we go through a complete explanation of the Epic Lyfe Wealth Creation Plan. So hopefully you're ready to hear something extraordinary, and that's exactly what we're doing. The door's been open, guys. You've been invited to the table. The next step is really yours. You know, if you want to be your own boss, sell incredible products, share an amazing story, and get paid weekly, become a distributor in Epic Lyfe, and we'll give you that life purpose perhaps you're seeking. So let me get right to it. We've got 2 ways to get started with Epic Lyfe. We've made and done all the heavy lifting, right? We put everything together over the course of the last 8 months, and now everything is ready to go. And we've got 2 professional distributor packages that you can choose to get started with. Now, if you look at the Pro Pack Plus, the Pro Plus, you know, you get a value of $600. It costs you $499, right? It has 400 commissionable volume, but you get $600 in value, right? So incredible, incredible value. So if you can afford to get started, this is the best place to get started, $499. Small price to pay for an incredible business opportunity. The other option is the distributor product package, right? $300 value, and $299 is the price, 240 commissionable volume, and you see everything there. You know, you're going to get an amazing opportunity to get started with everything in place, right? All qualified for your elite team commissions, your infinity team commissions, and I'm going to go through all of that. Qualified for 100% matching bonuses, and I'll explain that, and qualified for everything else, all the rank advancements and everything else. Now, the other option that we have, if you can't afford the $499 and if you just can't afford the $299 package, then we have a free option, right? Your ability to buy products at wholesale, sell them at retail, earn that spread, and then also to earn commissions, direct commissions, on all distributor product package sales, right? So somebody can come into the business and you're going to earn a commission from their product package, which has really never been done that I've ever seen in the industry. So you've got two product packages that you're able to sell. Again, the Pro Pack Plus and the Pro Pack, and you're going to have complete access to everything. You know, with any of the three ways you get started, you've got complete access to all the replicated sites, the three replicated sites, the back office, the marketing systems, everything. And if you join for free and to upgrade yourself, all you have to do is create 800 in personal commissionable volume. So what does that mean exactly? Well, you sponsor two people that purchase the Pro Pack Plus, and you're completely upgraded to the professional distributor. So let me take care of some housekeeping details before we get on with everything. Our commissionable volume is 80%. We don't hide that. We explain it. You know, the company's got to make money. They've got to stay in business, right? So if a product package costs $100, you would have a commissionable volume of $80, right? We pay out a total of about 48% or a little bit more of the wholesale volume to our distributor base. So very, very generous. One of the highest paying plans in the entire industry. So, you know, if you want to do some research, please feel free to do that. You know, again, incredible. I've never seen in my 30-year history in this industry a more lucrative, more aggressive, more revolutionary compensation model than the one that I'm going to go through and explain to you. So let's talk about, you know, the types of bonuses first, and then I'll go through and explain. Everybody understands retail commissions, right? 25% markup from wholesale. So you can earn 25% markup retail commissions. The other two commission structures is what we call the 20-20, right? 20% direct commission and 20% Infinity Team commission. On the other side, we've got two different matching bonuses. The 25% matching bonus on your elite team, and I'll explain that, and then 100% matching bonus on your match team. And again, I'll explain that. That's the first two people, 100% matching bonus right out of the gate without any qualifiers or anything else. And then we've also created something that we call the 100% matching best two. And this is where you can earn 100% matching bonus, not just on the first two people that are in your business, but the best two people, the highest earners in your organization, in your personally enrolled organization. So now that we've got that done, let's kind of look at what your team will look like. I know that this looks confusing, but you know, it's a great map, and I want you to spend some time here studying it, because we're going to look at, you know, numbers 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are your match team, right? They're all part of your, what we refer to as your elite team, but your match team are the first two people that you sponsor that purchase one of the $4.99 or $2.99 package, right? These are the people that you're going to earn 100% matching bonus on. Now, from the third person on, right, that's your elite team, right? And you can go unlimited with, so we've just put 5 people up here. It could be 7, it could be 10, it could be 20. It really doesn't matter. And then I want you to pay particular attention to these people, right? These people right here. This is the first and second person that each one of your elite team members sponsors. And this is what we refer to as your Infinity Team. This is a real important group of people for you to be able to work with. And then from the third person on, that is the second generation of your elite team. It goes second, third, fourth, fifth, and it just keeps on going and going and going. So, you know, spend some time looking at that map. This will take out any confusion that you might have relative to what the organization actually looks like. let's talk about making money. Our primary emphasis is on customer acquisition. We want to have a lot of customers, a lot more customers than we do distributors. And what we've done is we've created some incredible perks, some incredible tools, some incredible things that you can offer to your customers. And one of them is called Pocket Doc. It's telemedicine. If you haven't heard about it, you can go to the website. I'm sure you probably have if you're looking at this video. But what I wanted to do was explain to you a little bit about what this really means to you. I mean, if you've got 10 customers spending $45 a month so that they can have Pocket Doc for free, then you're going to make $9. You're going to make $9 off of that customer, right? 10 customers, $90 a month times 12 months, that's over $1,000 a year just by you having 10 customers. Now let's expand that a little bit. What if you've got 5 team members that also have 10 customers? You're going to make $9 again per team member, right? $9 and also $9 per customer. That's 55 people paying $9. That's $495 monthly. Folks, this is amazing, and that $495 will change a lot of people's lives. If you add that over a 12-month period, that's almost $6,000. If you add, your 10 customers into it, we're talking about, over $7,000 just by having your 10 personal customers and a team of 5 people that each have 10 personal customers. And we're going to add a lot more different perks to help you build your customer base. We really believe that customers are what you need to create a real true residual income. People that are not associated with the company in the compensation plan, but people that are just loving the products, using the products, and receiving all the benefits of the products. So let's go through, the retail and direct commissions. This is very easy to understand. The retail commission, again, full 25% markup. The direct commission is a 20% commission paid on every distributor product pack, their personal purchases, and the purchases of their customers that you make personally. So 20%. And again, guys, it's not, I've seen a lot of different companies out there offer all kinds of different commissions. We pay out this, we pay out that, but it's not what the company pays out, it's what they pay you. And so our 2020 plan is just absolutely phenomenal when it comes to putting money into your pocket. So let's go on and talk about direct commissions. Again, if you'll remember that genealogy, that first screen that I showed you, we've got your match team, Joe and Tom, and we've got your other team, your elite team, which is Jane, Bob, Sue, Jack, and Jose, right? Well, each one of them, and again, all the demonstrations and explanations that I'm going to give here are all based on the $4.99 Pro Pack Plus purchase, right? That's a mouthful. So each of them purchased the $4.99 package. You earn $80 or 20% of the 400 commissionable volume. You've got 7 people, $80, $560. Doesn't take a math wizard to figure that out. So that's direct commissions. Again, you can sponsor and continue to sponsor and continue to sponsor and continue to sponsor, and then place those people, and we'll talk about that in another session. But here's the part. Remember I talked about the first 2 sales of your elite team? This is where it gets really exciting, and this is how most people that look at this compensation plan, they just don't understand how in the world can we pay 20% to infinity, right? 20% to infinity. Well, Jane, Bob, Sue, Jack, and Jose all go out and sponsor their first 2 people. Those first 2 people, Jane, Bob, Sue, Jack, and Jose, are going to earn $80, right? They're going to earn $80 per person. So Jane's going to earn $160, but guess what? You're going to earn $160. So if all 5 of them go out and sponsor 2 people, which is what they're going to do, you're going to help them do that. then you're going to earn 10 times 80 or 800. Now here's where it gets really exciting. Those people, which are now your infinity team, right? They're going to go out and do exactly what? The same thing. They're going to sponsor their first two people and encourage them to buy one of the starter packages. And when they do that, you'll earn 20 times 80. Again, just that explanation of how the comp plan would pay if everybody purchased the $4.99 package. 20 times 80, 1,600. 40 times 80, 3,200. 80 times 80, 6,400. And that keeps going. The first two of the first two of the first two of the first two of the first two to infinity. So that continues on and on and on. I know you're probably looking at Joe and Tom over there wondering, okay, what about them? What about, well, you know, those guys are actually doing the same thing. They're sponsoring their first two, and then they're starting to build their team. But I'll show you how you're going to get paid on those. Remember, those are the 100% match, right? You're going to earn 100% matching income on what Joe and Tom make. Let's go on and talk about retail. You know, this is the best part of retail and customer because this is the residual part of the business. You know, we talked about initial purchases, you know, on the last slide, but this is the residual. This is coming from what your elite team is purchasing personally, right? So the example that we're using is $150 in personal purchases, and then each one of them having 10 customers spending $45 each. So that's a total of $600, right? $600 in purchases. Well, you're going to earn $100, right? $100 on each one of your elite team members to infinity, right? So 100, so you're going to earn, if you've got 5 people there and they were all making $150 monthly purchases for products, for samples, for their personal use, for demos, for giveaways, for whatever reason, they each had 10 customers, you're going to earn $500 from just those 5 people. Now here's where it gets real exciting. Remember that other example of that we use with the initial purchase of the packages? Well, the same thing happens again of the first two, right? Your infinity team, right? So your infinity team has got doing the same thing, right? They've got $150 in personal purchases. They each have 10 customers. You're going to earn 100 times 10, right? $1,000 residual. Then once you have your next group of people, 20 times 100, then 40 times 100, then 80 times 100, and you kind of get the gist. That keeps going to infinity, infinity, infinity. So you're going to earn 20% off their personal purchases and 20% off of all their customers. So you're incentivized, right? You're incentivized to help everybody because not only do they make more money, but you make more money as well. Let's talk about the other side, right? When Jane, Bob, Sue, Jack, and Jose go out and they sponsored their first two, and we covered how you got paid and they got paid on their first 2 people. What happens when they sponsor their third, their fourth, their fifth, their sixth, their seventh, their eighth, right? You're going to earn a 25% matching bonus on everything that those people earn, right? So here's what happens. Jane, and we put down some very conservative. We just wanted to give you an example, right, of what this would look at like very, very conservatively. So $6,000 a year, folks, that's $500 a month. So if all of your elite group, right, if they were all earning $500 a month, right, $6,000 a year, your 25% matching bonus would be $7,500. Now that's not bad, extra money, right, for a year's worth of work. But here's where it gets interesting. If they do exactly the same thing, Jane goes out and sponsors her first 2 and then adds 5 people to their elite team, then Bob does it, Sue does it, Jack does it, Jose does it. Now you've got 25 people on your second level elite team, right? Again, if they all just are earning $500 per month, $6,000 a year, and 6 times those 5 people, it shows 30,000 down here. Your 25% match is $37,500, right? So absolutely incredible. But now here's where it gets really ridiculous, right? Exactly. It's just the power of large numbers. You've got 5 on your first level. You've got 25 on your second level. You have 125 on your third level. Again, just for the sake of this example, $500 a month each. Your 25% match would be $187,500. If you take it down to the fourth level, which you earn on, a 25% match, that's 625 people, all earning $500 a month. Your match is $937,500. If you add that up, folks, that's almost $1.2 million in commissions just on the 4-level 25% match. So you can see, again, you're incentivized, right? You're incentivized to help them and help them and help them and help them. So it really is a team. Remember those 2 people we talked about earlier, Joe and Tom, your first 2 superstars that you bring into the business? That's what you want to look for, first 2 superstars. Well, if they earn $10,000 a month each, you're going to earn 20. Right? You're going to earn 100% match on both of them. If you only brought in one person, and that's all you ever did in this business at all, and Joe goes to town and he earns $10,000 a month, guess what? You're going to earn $10,000 a month for as long as that happens. So again, something that I've never ever seen in any compensation plan. Most companies find a way to not pay you what you're worth and to figure out ways to not pay out commissions. Epic Life, on the other hand, just does exactly the opposite. What we've done is we've tried to figure out ways to pay more money, pay out more money, put more money in your pocket. So what we've come up with, we've been talking about Joe and Tom being your match team, right? And you earning 100% matching bonus on what Joe and Tom earn. Well, after you've qualified for the best 2, after you've helped your elite team go out and sponsor their match team, their first 2 people, after you've helped Jane and Bob and Sue and Jack and Jose sponsor their first two people, then you're qualified for the computer to go in and find your best 2 people. Regardless of how many people it looks at, how many people you have personally sponsored, it will go through and find the best 2 income earners, and it will match those 2 people at 100%, and you just continue to do that every month. So in this example here, you see Joe was one of your match team members and you were getting 100% matching bonus on Joe. But now Joe's at $10,000 a month and Jane's at $30,000 a month. Well, what the computer has done, it's matched Jane and Tom as your 2 100% matches and matched everybody else at 25%. So if your organization looked like this, if the people were making these incomes, then your matching bonus, your 100% and 25% match would be $71,750. So that's just an indication of what we've done differently compared to every other company that's out there. So 100% matching bonus on your best 2. So what I like to talk about all the time is that your success is inevitable. Inevitable is a interesting word because it means that it's going to happen regardless, right? And so I start out with 2 questions. Are you planning to live for 12 months or more? Well, most people say yes. God forbid something happens, but most people are going to live for 12 months or more. So if you are and you're saying yes, can you sponsor one person a month for the next 12 months and help them do the same? Most people say, well, yes, of course I can. Well, I'm going to show you how you can turn a $499 purchase of and getting $600 in products into a 5-figure monthly residual just by doing that, just by living for the next 12 months and by sponsoring one person who then does exactly the same thing. So sponsor one person a month for 12 months. We're not asking you to do it in 12 days, right? We're not asking you to sponsor 12 people in your first week or something crazy. Just one person a month and help them do exactly the same thing. And what it does, it's just persistence, folks, and it's consistency, right? And here's what's going to happen. Here's what it's going to look like. This, and most people say, no, that's impossible. Can't look like that. Well, it does. You know, you've all heard about the penny doubling story. Well, this is the people doubling story, right? You start out with one, then you have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and then at the end of the year, 12 months, you've got over 4,000 people in your organization. And what have you done? You've sponsored 12. You've sponsored 12 people. You've helped them do exactly the same thing. So you've got 4,000 people. Now I'm going to show you something that'll really shock you, right? If 4,096 people were spending $45 a month to get Pocket Doc for free, they have the incredible telemedicine, to never pay for another doctor visit ever again, you'd create $184,320 in commissionable volume. Your 20% commission would pay you $36,864. That's not a mistake. That's exactly true. That doesn't take into account any infinity bonuses, any direct commissions that you would earn, just the residual off of those people. So you say, well, you know, maybe that's impossible. Well, cut it in half, right? Cut it down as far as you want to cut it down, right? Even if you cut it in half, you're talking over $18,000 a month in income. You'd be one of the top 1% of the income earners in the entire country. So, you know, is this something you can do? Of course it is. You know, my question is, will you? You know, are you going to stay here for a year and just do something consistently? Again, you're not going to make a lot of money in the very beginning. Most people want to make $10,000 right out of the gate. And with our plan, it's very simple, but you've got to know exactly what you're doing. You know, I love this slide. You know, a year from now, you wish that you would have started today. And I've had a lot of people in my 3 decades in this industry come back to me and say, Chuck, if you would have just twisted my arm, if you would have just, you know, convinced me. You know, this is not a convincing business, folks. This is a sorting business, right? We put the information in front of people and let them make up their own mind. So if you're ready to get started, if you're ready to help other people break free from the life that they're in, trading time for money, and it really doesn't matter whether you're making $10,000 a year or you're making $100,000 a year. Most people are in that same dilemma, trading time for money, and that is a broken model. So I want to thank you for joining me here. Hopefully this explanation of the compensation model that we've created will excite you, and you'll go and share this with a few other people. So with that, thank you very much. And again, this is available for you to watch over and over and over and over again. So thank you very much.